the My Super Mega Trainer for Grand Theft Auto. And I thought I would actually do a different video this time, a different approach to things. First of all, I wanted to... hold on a minute here. I have the horriblest running, slowest computer in the world. All these scripts and these browsers are screwing me up. Anyways, I wanted to show you kind of a tutorial of the website where you can see all the tutorial videos for how to basically use a script hook for Visual C++ for Grand Theft Auto, which allows you to create the mods. If you look on this side of the screen, you'll see the actual one of my mods in motion here. Let me run that. This is the gravity car mod here. Kind of show you. Let's skip ahead on this one a little bit. You see this little light in front of here. Let's turn this down a little bit here. Little light in front of here. That basically is a marker I set up in the game, which is connected directly to apply force to car, which allows you to push the cars out of the way. So as you click on one, it pushes it out of the way. It's just basically an object tracking where the car is located, and you just apply force the car. And that's what this page is all about here. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. This page right here, this website, this is the address right here, allows you to go in and see step by step how I set up the original script hook, from things like teleporting, and let me go through this here. Then I have other things on here such as spawning pads, pedestrians in the game. This is the original tutorials I had set up for the script hook. And there's more spawning pad, teleporting, God mode. And then there's also... I need to add, I had a new one in here, but I didn't put it on here yet. Some of the original, the older one I've set up for about when I first started my modding, which was back in 2009. This shows how to do native names. I tried to make them. This one is a popular one too. People who want to know how to install what's called the mod file, which I'll show you on my folder here. If you look down here, this one is the Samper Custom Fiber.asi. This tutorial right here, on this page right here, will allow you to go ahead and shows you how to set up and install this directly into the program. Basically, I have my script hook, on my C++ open here. You just basically go through here and you compile this, and this right here is my trainer, by the way. This is the one I've showed many times in the game. So you just basically go in here and you rebuild solution. You'll see it basically compiling here. Takes a few seconds to go through it. And then when it says 0 failed, 0 skipped, that means it was successful. And you see this debug right here. This basically means it stored it in your debug folder. So let me show you exactly where that is here. Go back to where the folder is here. I set up actually library, so I can just basically click on it too here. Let's see where I put it. It's My Super Mega Trainer. Just click on it right here. And let me show you step by step because you might not follow that here. Okay, this is just a folder I created for my where I originally stored the Grand Theft Auto trainer, which basically is where the C++ stores the compilation into a library. And remember when I said right here debug, you just go into your debug folder, but remember first you have to install the script hook into the computer. Debug, and then when you go into debug here, I'll show you something right here. Right here is where it's basically, if you look at the time here, that's March 10th at 12:20. That's exactly the time here. So it basically just recently installed what I just compiled, and I'll show you step by step as I run in here. So I'm going to compile it, and when I'm compiling it, watch the screen over here. Actually watch right here, and you'll see this changing as I compile it. This will show it's happening real time. See how it's changing? When it's done, you'll see it appear right there. It just appeared. So that's basically how you compile it and get it inside of the folder. Sometimes it might show up as Samper Custom Fiber.dll, and if you do that, basically you have to go inside of the options here, and I can't remember exactly which, but you have to go in here and you have to edit it in here. So I think it's in the debugging or something. I only had done it a few different times. But you can go in here and you can change it. I'm not going to focus a whole lot of energy on this section since I'm not very familiar with where this would be. Might be in Projects and Solutions. Yeah, I think it's right here. This is where it's storing and setting up the project's location. This might be it right here. Directory executable files. Kind of complicated to explain this part, but here's where it's basically setting up the ASI in here. It's originally done in here. But anyways, I mean, that's how you can go in ahead and change the settings in Visual C++. But you've seen that that's basically what that does. Now getting back to this again. This is basically what I'm going to be doing is a lot of people wanting to know where they can go ahead and download this file. Now as of right now, I only have unfortunately one location, but this is because I originally used somebody else's website to go ahead and set this up on. But I have my own website now, obviously, so I'm going to be able to go ahead and eventually set it up. We can download it directly from the website here. Let me try to find the original video here that has the link to it here. Maybe this one has it. Yeah, this one, I think. This is it right here, actually. So this is where originally you could go and download it. Of course, I want to apologize. Unfortunately, the original download, for some reason, was corrupted. When people downloaded it, some people couldn't get it to work. My computer is a little bit faster than others, maybe. It's an Alienware computer, so possibly that could be the reason why it's working on mine and not working on others. So if so, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to eventually get it on my own website. And by the way, if you upload anything here, no pun to GTA Gaming, but if you upload anything to them, oh my goodness, it takes a long time to get it approved. I was waiting for like a week or more to get this thing approved, and I just kept looking day after day and never appeared. So it's probably best to get your own website, you know, and really just upload it. So eventually you're going to be able to find it directly. I'll put it on the main page here. Go back here a little bit. I'll put it right here at this programmer.mine/GTAIV mods1.html. So it'll be right here at the top where you can download it. Maybe even a little section here or something. So this is kind of what this this tutorial here is for. I don't really have any tutorials I'm going to go into right now to really go step by step to show you any new mods. I know people are probably itching to learn new stuff here. I've been wanting to go in and show you like the camera mod. Let me just type that in here real quick. I can probably just give you a quick rundown. Oh, what did I call this thing? So I got so many mods in here, sometimes I just forget what's in here. Let me see. I think it's showing all of them. And you can also go inside of your header files here, and this is where you're going to see all. This is where I have all the mods stored, basically, that I've created. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to search for the camera. It'll probably come up faster here. See, what did I call it? Camera rotation. I think that might be the one. Camera zoom, zoom in, zoom out. Let's see here. I think it might be this one. There's camera speed. Let me look at this one right here. Go back here. Oops, what did I do? This is a search window here, so it'll basically allow you to go ahead and search pretty quickly through the program while it's looking for something. So right there, it's where's it at? Right here. This is one of the original cameras and how to, this is the basics of how to set up the camera. If you're curious, you have to propagate the camera, and then you have to attach it to whatever you're going to attach it to, an offset where it's going to be spawning at. Set the camera, get camera, activate script cameras. This is what kind of turns on. So if you set this up right here, you can already kind of position a camera in the game. I think I might even have, let's see, cam is in front. Here's how to kind of go into the part of it. I'm not going to take this as a camera tutorial. I'll have to set that in a separate series, but here's how to basically move the camera. You just set the, or actually this is the zoom in, zoom out, which is called the field of view, FOV. And here's rotation. People want to know how to rotate it. This is how you rotate it. I've showed this in one of my other videos. You just get cam ROT, rotate the direction, and then you just set it. Remember, you always get and set together. And then you always want to use this, activate scripted cams for the camera that you're setting up. So anyways, I won't go too off key on this one, since I did mention that this was going to show you basically, this tutorial is showing you the website where you can go ahead and download this stuff at. So this guy's just going to be kind of like a miscellaneous tutorial. Trying to think of anything, other questions that people have. Let me go look at my thing over here. Go back here, step. Because people are always asking me questions. I get a lot of Xbox 360 questions too. Unfortunately, I don't own an Xbox 360, so half the time people are asking me this stuff, I'm like, I really don't know. You know, I can tell you, I can guess at stuff, but I'm not exactly going to know, since I don't want to relate experience to something I don't have. So let me go back here to my video manager and see what some of the questions are here. This was the most recent one. Somebody asked me about how to mod on their Xbox 360, and they were using some scripting to try to do it. And then I haven't checked out this place, so they wanted me to check out this link. And let's see, go back there again. Oops, inbox. I clicked on inbox. Okay, back to inbox. Wow, this thing is running slow today, YouTube. Reload. Okay, let's see. I'm getting these. Somebody wanted to know, ASI files modifiable. That is not something that I can really directly answer. The only thing I can tell you, from what I know, is if you want to modify something, first of all, you're going to want some kind of decompiler to go in and modify it. I don't have that, but you can set the properties if you need to go in and change something with it. Anybody knows anything about this? I've explained this in one of my other videos, but you can change kind of the settings, all the properties and stuff like that. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Right here, change it to read only or whatever. And anytime you want to also run the GTA compiler when you have, and I got this, I'm looking at the wrong folder here, so let me go back to the main one. Right here, where it's actually installed directly in the game, you always want to, and I don't know if this is going to show up when you right click on it. Oops, I got the wrong one here. Right click on the launch GTA IV.exe, run as administrator. That will, and when you do that, I'll show you real quickly here. It won't run the game, I'll just show you. It'll take a second to pull it up. It basically opens up the social club where you log in directly. And since I'm playing offline, I just click on play offline. And if I hit that OK, it's going to run the game. So I'm going to stop it right now by Alt Control and Delete here. Otherwise, it's going to run the game and force me to jump back out of it. Let's see. Log into social club. Goodbye. Okay. So that'll show you how to go ahead and run it in the game. I've showed that in one of my original videos, but I get asked that question, so I thought I would answer that one. And let's see what else is in here. How do you open the script hook? How do I open the script hook? Well, first you have to install the script hook. And you just go to, let me open up a new tab here. www.gtaforums.com. And you go over here. Excuse me, down here to IV coding. Hopefully I can find this one. Somebody's responding to a message. If not, I usually, okay, here it is. The script hook errors. Somebody's still responding to it. Good. Apparently this thing is still in production. I was just you can download it directly from here, the latest version. He probably doesn't have the latest version up. See, this one's May 2010, and they've already written a new. They've released a new patch, which unfortunately has overridden the original script hook. And a lot of people always ask that question, or are they doing that to prevent modding? Actually, what they're doing is they're updating stuff in the game, new stuff that they add, and it basically moves the memory address around. When the memory address moves around, unfortunately, the script hook stops working since it's not plugging into the direct areas where originally it was locating the startup and all the files it needs to run the script hook. I was just seeing what they had in here. I like when they have new questions about stuff they haven't seen. Find street at name at position. That's something I haven't seen before. Closest street. That's interesting. Might check that one out later. But anyways, that's kind of how that part works. Let's see what any other questions in here. And jump back here a little bit. I get spammed a lot too. Let's see. I don't know what he's asking here. More Xbox questions. I love how people always say they would like to pay me. That cracks me up. Is like, I'll pay you if you tell me how to do this. I'm like, I'm not here to make money. I'm already a developer, so I'm fine in that area. So let's see. Okay, I looked at that one earlier. Let's see. Is he asking the same question? How do you make graphic mod, please? I haven't got into graphic modding. This one, that sounds like a spammer. I'll delete that one. All right. Freebie added you as a contact. Let's see if there's this guy who's been contacting me a lot. Yeah, he's the one asking all about the modifiable. So those are kind of the questions I get on that. I'll see if there's anything else in here. Oh, look, interesting. I don't even know what that one's saying. Some kind of language, Japanese or something. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, those are some of the kind of questions I get and stuff like that. So. But that's kind of the general gist of what's going on in like my progress with the script hook and stuff like that. I don't know what I wanted to show you kind of the latest stuff I was working on. Let me see if I can recall. Yeah, actually it was something to do with the object. I was creating a new object new object mod that allows me to go in and set up new positionings of the objects and stuff like that. Let me go back and look at that. It's called enum list. I think this is it right here. Kind of the last thing I've done that was probably like last week or so. Go back here. So this is basically what I was trying to do. I was trying a new approach actually. I was trying something, I don't know if it's possible, but I was trying to take, and I'll show you step by step. This may go over your head if you're not a technical person, so excuse me for a minute. For those who are interested, stay tuned or just skip ahead if you're not. This is all the models in the game, all the objects and stuff like that, which is found in the scripting enums. I do have a video on that, by the way. These are all some of the newer objects that I've been adding here, right here, this whole list from, how far is up does it go? This is a pretty big list right down here. Right here. This was kind of the newer section I was adding here. So what I was trying to do is go step by step through all these. These are enums, by the way. Enumerations. Trying to go step by step through these enumerations and see if I could get them all to read at one time. Otherwise, what I have to do individually, if I don't read them, I have to manually set them up in these pointer arrays. These are pointer arrays, by the way. When you see this little asterisk in front of something, that's a pointer. It's what's called a character pointer array. So a character pointer array allows you to put in like the name of the object and stuff like that. This is actually the name of the car object right here. But the name of the object, these are all the objects right here. And then it just prints it out in the game. Prints it out, excuse me. It actually shows you the display of the object. Let me show you an example of that right here. I don't think I've gone into a lot of explanation on this because this one is pretty advanced though. This one is where is it at here? Object is invisible. Apply force to the object. Give me a second here. This is the section, the object defies gravity. Spawner right here. I think this is it right here. This is the spawner in the game. I'm just going to look this one up and find it faster with this. Oops, didn't copy it. So let's see where it's going to go at. Spawn vehicle. Looking for the object spawner, by the way. Pedestrian spawner. There's a gravity force. That's where it spawns the light. Attaches it to the car. And it's right down here. Object spawner. Maybe it is down in here. Let's see. Right here, I believe this is it. This is where it's going through the list. It's going through the objects one by one, but what it's doing here, if you look at this view obj name, I'll type this back in here and follow this. This is going through and it's printing out the section of where I found those set of objects in the game. It allows me to skip forward when I have an object list of about 2,000 or something like that. And then what was the other thing I was going to show you? The object skip number. No, that's not the one. I think this is it. Spawn list obj. Let me go back to this. This might be the one. Or maybe not. I guess you guys after all are going to get a tutorial that you've been, I'm sure, itching for, how to do different stuff in Grand Theft Auto. Attach object to vehicle. That's my attach object to vehicle. I should have been watching my time when I uploaded these videos. I got like a half hour to 45 minutes video quality time. That's awesome, man. But anyways, what I was trying to do is show you what it does is it goes step by step through the entire enumerations list here. I was trying to make it go all the way through it. Instead, what I have to do is I have to manually go in and I have to print like the model, and then I have to make it point to that what's called the hash address, basically, in the game, or the assembly address. So that's kind of why I started the other one I was showing you earlier here, the enum obj list. I'm still in the wrong section here. Enum obj, or object list, because I was trying to make it scan directly inside of the enumerations. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful in doing it. I tried using something called reinterpret cast. Anybody knows anything about that? Go ahead and send me a comment on that. I'm still new to reinterpret cast, but I know how you can basically go in and you can change that character, whether it's an integer, you want to cast it out as a character or something like that. And then if you want to kind of follow this, for those who are curious, actually what it does is it reinterprets it inside of the get model hash. You just go here to get definition. It'll show you directly the method that's allowing this to happen. And this is, it goes a little further too here. I think it's in native names. Let me see if I can remember. It's scripting natives. Yeah, scripting natives here. And this shows you all the hash addresses where they find all these native names. Native names basically point to stuff you want to do in the game. If you look at these directly, let me see if I can find one that's a good example, maybe vehicle or something like that. I mean, there's a bunch of them in here, because it's keeping track of all the stuff that all the modding and all the kind of stuff you can do directly in the game. When you get really good at it, you can really do a lot of stuff. And I know I'm not even halfway there. There's just so much. I mean, here's weather and stuff like that. There's checking for car damage. There's just so much. I mean, just think about how big Grand Theft Auto is, Grand Theft Auto 4, and you can really imagine. Just try to put that into scope of how big the native name list could really be, because they don't really have all. They're still trying to figure it out, basically. These are, I guess you could call them hackers. A lot of people like to call us hackers, but hackers is a bad name, of course. It was a good name in the old days. But basically what that does is allows you to go in. When you're using what's called a memory decompiler, you can actually go in manually and look at the hexadecimal address and find where the stuff is occurring real time in the game. Now, I haven't had a whole lot of time to really go into it. One tool that they were using was IDO Pro. I have it right here, but mine unfortunately is expired. I'm pretty sure, yeah, the evaluation has terminated. And it allows you to go in and decompile and see real time where stuff is going on in the game. Of course, you have to search it by name and stuff like that, but that would probably go over your head if I keep going and all that. But that kind of gives you a rundown of that too. So I think you might find this one a little bit interesting. I don't know what else I could really go into here. Let me see. That's kind of the latest stuff I've been doing. Add explosions. I know probably people are probably itching for that one. People want to know how to blow stuff up. I'm not here to encourage people to blow people up in the game. But when you've seen that explosion in the game moving around, this is how I did it. Basically, I set it inside of a loop. For everybody needs to know, a loop does it basically, excuse me, a while loop. This basically scans from where you set the M. And I think M is starting back here somewhere. I set them up, mine global. That's probably back sample. I set it to 0 here. So if you go, see that it starts at 0 and go back here. Where is it at again? Down here, I think. I set it going from 0 to 8,000. So basically it's moving three-dimensionally within the different coordinates. I have it set from the X to the Y. I didn't move the Z unless I was planning to push it up in the sky. So it's basically moving it around in the game. Basically, that's how the explosion part works. You might have seen this tornado also, to go in another concept here. The tornado bike in the game. It's where it's basically looks like it's shooting bullets out. It's one of my earliest videos. This is kind of how I did it. First I turned on the God mode for the bike, repaired it to make sure it doesn't blow up while I'm doing this. And then I just started making it shoot these bullets. So actually, this might not be the mod that did it right here. Let's see, bike reset. Let's see. Tell you the truth, it's been a while since I even looked at that one. I was playing with the value somehow, and I got it to do some pretty funny stuff. And right here, actually, the vehicle speed. So when I increased the vehicle speed on it, that right here, I have to follow where the vehicle speed is. Let me track that one here a little bit, so I can just see exactly where it's happening at. I mean, this is just a variable. This isn't really doing anything until you use it directly inside of a native somewhere. Why is my copy not working here? All right, where did it go here? Let's do this again. Oh, what I did there. I see what I did. Okay. Let's try this again. So what I'm doing is I'm scanning directly inside of the code here to see where this is actually occurring. And this is where I'm controlling the speed backward and forward. This one is going backwards, so it goes all the way. I could push the speed all the way up to 65,000. I don't know where the forward is. You think it would be right with this one, but it doesn't appear to be. Well, I'll find it as I'm scanning through here. This is another one too. Not to jump off of topic here or to go on a tangent. This is for the people wanting to know how the car is frozen in the game. Basically, I just kind of did the same thing. And oh, actually, no, this is something different. Excuse me. This is controlling the speed of the car as it's moving around in the game. Okay, so we'll leave that one alone for now. Move north, that's still the frozen car. I think this is it right here. Let's see. This is another speed thing. This is actually for the, let's see, super vehicle speed. That's just how to make your car go really fast in the game. When you do that, you get the speed and you set the forward speed. That will allow you to make a bus go really fast or something like that in the game. Let's see, where is this thing? Reset vehicle speed. Well, if I can't find it, I'll skip it. But oh, there's the forward speed that I was looking for. No, there it is. Excuse me. No, that was for the other one. Okay, where in the world is this? What it does, that's got to be it down there. That's the only place where it stores it. Right there. Yeah, that's the only place where it stores it. So basically, when I'm changing the speed, that allows that bike. Let me just do this, because I know this is not the bike mod. And I'll find it directly like this. One of the keys I use in the game activates that tornado bike. Apparently this one's used by everything. Crash cars in the game. Yeah, I'm going to skip this one. Let me just type in tornado. Maybe that'll do it. That's what it's called. It's called a tornado bike. Tornado power. There we go. Let's see here. Set character will fly through window. Well, this video is going to get too long if I go into all this. But anyways, what you do is you directly set it inside the speed I was showing you earlier. That allows it to change the coordinates of how it's looking at stuff in the game. So the car forward speed, and I think I just saw it there. Crash cars into PEDs. That's when you make cars appear and go flying down the street. Super strong car. That's probably it right there. But that's what it does, is it basically sets that vehicle speed variable right here directly inside the car, set car forward speed. When I set it up to like 9,000, that's when that bike turned into a, it looks like it was shooting fast bullets. I just called it tornado bike. But anyways, I think I'm going to probably cut it off there unless I could think of anything else that would probably be a good coverage this moment. But this is a cool website. Definitely recommend check this out. Like I said, it's got all the, you can ask questions here. You can go in and look up other people's kinds of modding that they're doing. A lot of people like to do what's called regular modeling in the game. Of course, I'm more of a programmer, so I like to go into the IV coding and just see the latest stuff that people are figuring out with the script hook and stuff like that. And you just click on them and read through them, and they'll tell you what's going on with the latest stuff that's going on. So I think I'm just going to kind of leave it there. Once again, getting back to what I said earlier, though, this is the website later where you're going to be able to download the latest addition to my Super Mega Trainer here, and I'll just basically set this in whenever. Here's another thing I can mention. If you ever want to basically release a version, if you're a Visual C++ programmer and you created a mod in the game, you just go here and you set this to release. If you don't set it to release, people aren't going to be able to use it, and rebuild the solution, just like I did before. Okay. For some reason I got an error in this. I probably went in and changed something. Wonder what I did. Here's how you can look for the errors too if you're curious. I guess this one's going to go over a little bit more, but let's see. Looking for, you see where it says warning here? We're basically looking for the error. Might have been something else that cut. There it is. I was missing a semicolon. I took it out right here, so just undo that and you'll put it back and just recompile it again. It'll fix that error message. Okay, so it's 0 failed. That means it succeeded. And remember what I said, it changed to release. And then you go back here into your folder. Let me just, oh, it's back here, actually, I forgot. So this is the GTA IV regular folder where you install the Grand Theft Auto. Gets installed directly. And this is the folder here where you would basically set up the script hook. Remember, there's a debug. There's also a release folder. Now notice when I'll do this one more time. When you compile it in release mode, it creates it and stores it, the same kind of file, the ASI file, but it stores it in the release folder. I'll show you step by step here as I rebuild this. Watch, it's changing over here. See, and what it does this time though is it sets it up as a DLL. This is really important because a DLL cannot be run directly by somebody. So what you do is you basically, I like to copy this. I'm just going to set this in like a test folder. Just let me just create a new folder here. GTA my testing sounds good. And then I'll just copy it here and then just go basically rename it. And then you rename it to the ASI. Now when you go ahead and you copy this, and you go back to your Grand Theft Auto folder to show you step by step where it is. You just go to Program Files, Rockstar Games, Grand Theft Auto, and you'll see the original one is right here. This one was stored at 4:00 a.m. And if I hit Control V, I don't know if you see this, it'll bring up a copy file. You hit copy and replace, and it'll change that. Now it's showing 12:50, which is the time here in Arizona. So basically it's gone ahead and it's updated the release. Now you can basically copy this and you could zip this up if you need to. You can go to send to compressed folder. It'll create a zip folder like that. And you can take this zip folder. I'll show you mine. I use JZip for mine since WinZip expired. And then you can zip this up, and I could just upload this to my website, or you can upload it wherever you need to, and then people can go ahead and download it. So that's kind of it for this tutorial. So once again, if you have any questions, please go ahead and respond to me. I'm always interested in your questions. And fortunately, a lot of Xbox questions aren't going to really do it for me since I don't have the Xbox as I've mentioned. But I'll basically be on top of the questions as much as I can here. I am starting a new job here, so I'm going to be kind of consumed with learning a lot of new stuff. But that's kind of well, yeah, that's kind of where I'm going to leave it on this one. There was one more thing I was going to add, though, but I don't think this video time is going to permit that, so I'm probably going to have to cut this one short. By golly, I wish I could remember what it was. But anyways, yeah, just go ahead. Oh, I know what it was actually. You know what it was? I wanted to show you this one. Think of this video. I know it's long and me just blabbering, but giving you a lot of useful information. Think of this video as just kind of tips section. I guess I'll call it tips or something. And this is something I learned recently. I haven't really gone a lot into studying this, but when I started learning about something called playlists, they're kind of cool. So let me show you. Let me just start one of these. Kind of keep this consistent with Grand Theft Auto and go directly to my my video page here. And then here you would just basically, actually, you know what? You have to do it inside of here. I was just there. Let me just go back here. So it's directly inside of here. Like if you go inside of your directory and you want to click on a video, then you just like edit it or whatever. When you're inside of the edit area, you know what? I think I am in the wrong section again. I've only done this one time today and I'm forgetting already. Shame on me. Actually, it's right up here, right in front of me the whole time. Playlists, you click on playlists, and this shows all the playlists that I've created in the game, which you can basically kind of, I think it's kind of a way of organizing your files. Like I have extras, I have Jet mods, I have Half-Life mods, I have Commodore, Atari ASP.NET, so you can basically kind of organize your files. And if you want to create a new playlist, I'll do it, but I'm not going to add one here. You just go to new playlist, you put in the name of the title, which is going to show here, and the description, which is going to show here, and then you create the playlist. And I could do this one, just not save it. Let's just say playlist test or something like that. And then whatever you're going to put in there. And you hit create playlist. And it'll take you to the edit playlist page where you can basically go ahead and set up the videos you want to add to your playlist. You hit add video by URL and you just basically go to your video channel here. I got my website up there. And I go back there again here. You just go here and you just right click on this, copy this, and just move this over here like this, and then you'll add this. I'll do it here. I'm not going to save it. Oops. What did I do wrong? Probably because it's not a YouTube video. Oh. So it needs to add the YouTube video. It won't just add like a regular website. You have to add YouTube only. So let me pull up my YouTube. And you probably need to pull up a new link here. I'll just pull up a new YouTube. You can add any YouTube videos you want. They don't have to be your own. It'd probably be a good idea to put your own in here anyway, since you're organizing your own material. And you just, there's a dark GDK one, but I'll just click on this one anyway. GDK. And you just go up here and you copy this. And change this out. It'll work this time. And what it does is it adds that into a video playlist. Now I'm going to save it since I've already got this in here. I'm going to cancel this. But once you've saved it, and you go back to your playlist here, manage my playlists, it'll show up here and it'll keep adding them section by section. Like this one has 21, this one has 7, this one has 3, and so on. And it'll keep adding the number of playlists. Playlists are good for you to find a lot of your videos, and apparently they seem to get a lot of exposure on YouTube. So that's it. You guys have a great day.